I'm an old school man. I only wanna fall in love once with an old school girl. Old school girl, old school girl. When I know, I'll know. Hand in hand like left, right, oh. Bonnie and Clyde. You can have whatever you like when it's you and I. We can have the world. See us coming like left, right, oh. Are you the same? Are you the same? Are you the...
Hello beautiful, and welcome back to another video by the one and the only Tesa Tiara. So before we get started with this video, do me a favor, okay? If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're not new here and you know that I create amazing content, do me a quick favor. It's completely free. Hit that like button, because when you hit that like button, it throws it into the YouTube algorithm that much harder, which means more people get a chance to see this video. So yeah, do that, because it's gonna help you and it's gonna help everybody else that needs or wants to hear this type of content that I'm about to give to you guys. As you can tell by the title, we're gonna be talking about like leveling up, okay? The topic is successful women think differently. Now, for those of you that have been here for a while, you know that I love reading. Reading is just something that I do. It's a hobby of mine. In addition to it being a hobby of mine, I gain so much knowledge when I read. So I have decided to take the liberty in letting you guys know the information that I'm finding in the books that I read. I went live like last week and we were talking about a book that I read, and a lot of you guys were really interested in it. You asked me to leave up the live, which I did. And so that just, you know, gave me a little bit more insight on something that I was already thinking about doing, which was dropping knowledge for you guys based off of what I have read. So let's just go ahead and get into it. I read a book called Successful Women Think Differently. I wish I still had it right here with me, but I actually let Tiffany borrow it so that she could read it. But nevertheless, I will find a link to it and drop it in the description box for sure. And if you are a reader, don't be so quick to go to Barnes & Nobles, Amazon, or any of that. I get all of my books off of an app called Thrift Books. I swear by this company. If you are a long-time subscriber, you know I've been telling y'all about Thrift Books for years. So get on Thrift Books. Those books be like $3, $2.50, $4, and these are books that if you used to go to Barnes & Nobles or like these high-end bookstores, they would be like $15. So definitely invest in that app. It's completely free, so it's not really even an investment. It's a free investment. All it takes is for you to press download. You download TikTok, you download Facebook. So download something that's going to actually help you throughout your life's journey. So, and this is not sponsored by Thrift Books at all, you guys. I just honestly swear by Thrift Books. I don't even know if Thrift Books even know who I am, okay? But I swear by them. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into the points and tips that I have when I read books. Naturally, I have me a what do you call this thing? A notebook. I have a notebook, and whenever I read a book, I put it in here. Like key points and things like that, I always write it down. And so this is just information that's just been building up and sitting here, and we're gonna start utilizing it, and I'm gonna start sharing it with y'all. So successful women think differently. The first key point that I took from that book was succeeding at the next level will mean becoming more aware of your thoughts. I completely agree with that, and feel free to write these things down, y'all, as I'm talking to y'all about it. That way you guys get a chance to go back and look through your notebook, or just go ahead and save this video for watch later, and that way you get a chance to, you know, kind of go back and catch up with some of the things that we're going to be talking about in this video. Again, succeeding at the next level will mean becoming more aware of your thoughts. Like I said a second ago, I completely agree with that, because everything starts here. And so I feel that you have to confront yourself on what it is that you want out of life. What is it going to take for you to succeed? And when you figure that out, then you start to dissect it and break it down and really get into it. And it all starts at your mental. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have to feed your mental things that you would have never fed your mental. You're gonna have to, how can I put it? When you start to think differently, you ultimately just become a different person. And that is a big contributor to becoming successful. Like, you can't stay who you were last year. You get what I'm saying? Like, those thoughts have to always, those wheels have to always be turning. Always have to be turning and in the direction that you need them to turn. So you have to be more aware of your thoughts. It was a quote, and it said, it's time to stretch beyond your comfort zone, which is another thing that I wholeheartedly agree with. In order for me to get to the point where I am now, I definitely had to stretch beyond my comfort zone. I could have still been teaching. I could have still been working a 9 to 5. I could have still been relying on somebody else to sign my checks. But I decided that I wanted more for myself. Not to say that there's nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5, because it's not. If that's the boat that you're on, row it. But it's not for me. So I had to jump off of that. And in order to jump off of that, I had to go beyond my comfort zone. I did not know, or I'm not gonna say I didn't know, but I was sure of myself, but still jumping off the porch is not an easy thing for a lot of people. So you just gotta stretch beyond your comfort zone. Like, you cannot be set in the same mental space. Y'all have to jump off the porch. Like, I don't even know no other way to put it. You have to jump off the porch. You have to stretch beyond your comfort zone. You're not comfortable with promoting your business. You have to stretch beyond your comfort zone. You're not comfortable with hearing yourself and seeing yourself on camera, but you want to be a YouTuber. You have to stretch beyond your comfort zone. You're in a toxic relationship that's not good for you. You have to stretch beyond your comfort zone, because so many times as women, or as people in general, we're in toxic situations, toxic relationships, toxic jobs, just toxic situations altogether. But we tend to stay because, oh, I know how he is, and he knows how I am, and I know his family, and he knows my family, so I'm comfortable. Or I know I'm gonna get a check every 2 weeks, or I know I'm gonna get a check on the 1st and the 15th. I know what to expect out of my boss, even though she gets on my nerves, so I'm comfortable. If you're comfortable, how do you expect to have anything beyond what you have in the moment? One thing that I live by is never getting comfortable. I don't ever want to get comfortable. I want to always make new goals. I want to always exceed past where I am today. If I am still in the same position today, and if I'm still in the same position that I'm in today, come next year, this exact time and date, there's a problem. That means I'm comfortable. And how am I growing as a person? When you get comfortable, you stop growing as a person. When you get comfortable, you might as well die. What's the point of you living if you're comfortable? Like, you're not setting new goals. You're not trying to do new things. You're not trying to go out there and meet new people. And I know people say all the time, oh, no new friends. If you live by that, you're out of your mind. You're completely crazy, because it should not be no new friends. It should be we picking our friends more carefully and with a purpose. Like, it's not no new friends. If you continue to live off of no new friends, you're not gonna grow as a person, because you are who you hang around. And if those people that you hang around aren't elevating, and if they can't introduce you to new people, if depending on how close knit of a circle you have, all y'all know the same people. You get what I'm saying? So no, like, you need somebody at least out of the group to go out and venture out and meet new people, so that they can come back and be like, hey Tasha, this Sonya, you know what I'm saying? And Sonya got a business. She been in business for like 5 years. Like, you need those people around you. So I'm constantly looking for people to network with, like, and to build friendships with. Long story short, do not get comfortable. Do not, okay? Tip 3. Tip 3 is actually a biblical quote. And it says, do not conform to the pattern of the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that is Romans 12:2. And once again, that right there for me touched on, don't worry about what's going on outside of these walls. If people want to go out and they want to go get a car note for the latest Benz, and then next year turn that car in and get the latest Audi, and then the year after that turn that car in and then get a Tesla, allow them to do so. That has nothing to do with me, and I don't have to keep up with the Joneses. That's what I took from that. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses. You know where you are in life. Focus on where you are in life and focus on leveling up. Do not allow outsiders to dictate what you do. Don't. And I feel like that's really elementary, that's really high school, that's really middle school, because if you're watching this, clearly you're grown, okay? And you don't be influenced by other people. Like, there is nobody that can make me do something that I do not wholeheartedly want to do, and I stand on that, and I have no problem with being like, I'm not doing it. That's what you want to do, great. I'm not doing that, but I support you. So yeah, like, you can't be, you can't, basically you just cannot, you cannot be pressured by your peers or by society. And I know it's hard, especially in today's world where you have Instagram and you have YouTube and you have Twitter and you have TikTok, and you seeing people looking like they living like the most lavish lifestyles and they have the best relationships, but at the end of the day, none of us know what goes on in these people's homes. Like, they turn these cameras off and they're a complete wreck, okay? So like, no, focus on you, sis. No, tip 4 is actually another quote, so to speak. It says, when you stop hoping, you are settling. And I feel like we kind of just touched on that a second ago with the fact of don't get comfortable. Those go hand in hand. Do not get comfortable. When you get comfortable, you basically, you settling. Like, it's so much other stuff out there that you could be doing. Yeah, like, I'm never gonna stop hoping. I'm never gonna stop pushing. I'm never gonna lack ambition. Like, I'm gonna always want to go after something, because I am not going to settle. I know what I want. I'm gonna go after it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, I guess this is my life. Absolutely the heck not. No, it's not. It's other stuff that out there that I need to go get, and I'm gonna go get it. This next tip basically has something to do with the law of attraction. It says, if you give, you will get. Yes, yes, and yes. If you are able to give, you should definitely give, because it's always going to come back. Karma is not always bad. There is good karma. What goes around comes around, and I truly believe that. So for me, like, if people need stuff, I don't mind giving nobody stuff. When it comes down to the homeless that be on the highway, I always give money to them. I have strangers. There has been plenty of times where I have paid for the groceries of the person in front of me or behind me. Like, I don't mind doing those type of things, because I feel like my life is a blessing. I don't, you know, the universe didn't have to supply what it has supplied for me, and I don't take that for granted. So I share my wealth all the time. And when I say wealth, it's not always about a financial standpoint. Wealth is everything that is going on in my life. Wealth is my children. Wealth is my knowledge. Wealth is money. Wealth is a whole lot of things. It's not just about finances. If you believe that wealth is only about finances, you need to check yourself, because that's not it. Like, that's not it. It's a whole circle of things that contributes to wealth. Next tip, don't make excuses. Do not make excuses. Don't. Don't. Like, why are you making excuses? I made an Instagram video about this like 2 years ago, and basically in it I was just saying, don't make excuses, because nobody cares about an excuse. The only thing that people remember is that you did not do it, or that you did not keep your word. Nobody really cares about why you didn't keep your word. All they know is you lied to them, or you did not keep your word, and they do not appreciate it. At the end of the day, when you down on your boss and you have nothing, your word is all you have. And if you mess up your word, then what? then don't nobody trust you. You know what I'm saying? And then when you make excuses, even if you're not making an excuse to someone else, if you're making an excuse on why you're not doing something, you are disconnecting with yourself. You start to not even believe yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you create doubt within your own mind when you start to make excuses. And if you don't believe you, who gonna believe you? Like, if you don't even got your own back to say, this is what I'm doing and I'm gonna do it for me, you need to look in the mirror and you really need to have a real long conversation with yourself. No matter how difficult the task is, you can figure it out. Girl, you got YouTube, you got Instagram, you got TikTok. TikTok drops a lot of knowledge. You have people, everybody is so easily accessible these days, and knowledge is so easily accessible these days that yes, if you cannot figure it out right now, or basically, like I said, no matter how difficult it is, you can figure it out. And that means even if you have to take a step back from something, take a break from it. It's times when I be at that computer. Just recently, I was telling y'all about a situation that I had going on with my website. I wanted to throw that computer out the window. I still don't know if I fixed it. I have no idea. According to my Shopify, it's fixed. According to Facebook, it's connected, but it's still not doing what I felt that it should be doing. So maybe it'll come about after I'm done running these ads. I don't know, but I have not given up on it. I have still been researching my butt off, even though it's tedious and it's annoying and I feel like I keep getting hit with roadblocks and dead ends. I'm still going. I am still going. I might gotta take a break because I'm frustrated, and that's cool, but you have to continue to go. So yes, take a break, take a shower, take a nap, do whatever it is that you have to do, but make sure you get back on it and finish it off. Like, you can figure it out. Somebody knows. And a lot of times I have to tell myself, Tesa, you're not the only person going through this. Somebody else going through this same thing and they figured it out. So what you finna give up for? You crazy? Somebody else had already went through this. Multiple people have already went through this. You're not the first to go through it and you're not the last to go through it. So figure it out. This is a quote from the book, and it says, wisdom is the principal thing, so get wisdom. And in all you're getting, get understanding. Now I'm gonna say it again, okay? Wisdom is the principal, okay? The wisdom is the principal thing, so get wisdom. And in all you're getting, get understanding. I love that quote, y'all. Like, I love that quote because it basically just breaks down and says, gain knowledge, gain knowledge, gain knowledge. By the time you know how you be like, oh, people are so wise and things like that. Get wisdom. And while you're listening to these stories and while you're reading these books and while you're doing researching and you're researching things, understand it. Understand what you're reading, because a wise guy can recite quotes all day long. But if you don't understand it, what are you gaining from it? So yeah, I can sound wise, you know what I'm saying, all day. But if I don't understand what I'm talking about, it defeats the purpose. So get understanding. Get understanding with as much stuff as you can, and along with that understanding comes wisdom. It's like a full circle. It's like that chart where you see wisdom, understanding, and then there's an arrow coming from wisdom, and then there's an arrow going from wisdom to understanding. Like, that's how I picture that. It's a full circle. With understanding comes wisdom, with wisdom comes understanding. So continue to learn, push yourself. Y'all, I'm an advocate for education, and when I say education, I am not talking about the schoolhouse. I ain't talking about them student loans, Sallie Mae, none of that. I don't care about none of that. I'm talking about literature, what's in these books, what's the million people that's trying to teach you stuff on YouTube, videos like this where we're talking about like things that's gonna actually help us. Like, I'm an advocate for that. And it has not been a day this year that I have not learned something or watched something that is conducive to my mental. Like, it is not a day that has gone by. Not a day, because you got 24 hours in a day. If you cannot take aside 30 minutes or an hour or whatever to learn something, once again, look in the mirror and reevaluate who you are. The next one is, it takes 3 positives to balance a negative. 3 positives to balance 1 negative. So with you knowing that ratio, it is important to try your best to keep your energy and your vibe high, because all it takes is one thing to come and knock that down here, and now you got to try extra hard to get it back up. So I'm at the point now, I used to be one of those people, y'all, who something would happen, and this was before I got into like the law of attraction and knowing myself. So something would happen and I'd be like, now the rest of my day is messed up. Everything is messed up after this. And I truly believe that in my mind. So what would happen is other things would mess up, because I'm looking for the mess up at that point. Like, I'm looking for it. Oh, I'm running late. Already getting out the house, and I'm like, okay, my day just finna be messed up. Now guess what? It's raining outside and now I'm in traffic. Dang, now I'm late for work. Now I get to work, now my boss got something to say, and now I got something to say back to my boss. And so now the energy in the building is just all messed up. You know what I'm saying? So like, and it would just continue like that until I got home, and I could just be like, okay, that was a shitty day, it's over. Now, one thing could happen and I'd be like, whatever. Like, I try my hardest to not let that faze me, because I know that 3 positives equal, it have to balance out a negative. So I don't even really like to dwell on negativity. Not me. It's not even worth it. Like, I don't see it, I don't hear it, I ain't worried about it. Goodbye. So now that you know this, try your hardest to keep things positive and allow the negative to just go on its way. My next great tip is let emotions subside, then decide. Okay? Let emotion subside and then decide. Long story short, don't make decisions when you're mad. Don't make decisions when you are sad. Do not do that, because you making impulse decisions at that point. And I'm gonna be completely transparent with y'all. I'm that person. And for me, it doesn't even have to be when I'm mad or when I'm sad. I just make impulse decisions anyway. It's really kind of sort of like a part of my personality. And I have, like, I try to down that now that I'm older, but I do that. I definitely do that. And a lot of times, like, D have to be like, Tesa, babe, what you doing? Babe, think about it. Babe, what you doing now? You know what I mean? So I'm definitely one of those people. If you're one of those people, we gotta work on that. We gotta work on that. But me being an impulse, like, decision maker, I've learned so much from it. I really, really have. Like, I've learned so much, and I've done things where if I was like such a thinker, you know, because I'll think, but I'm gonna think after I make a decision. Because if not, okay, so let me put this out there. The reason I'm like that is because I'm indecisive. It has gotten so much better as I've gotten older, but y'all, I am so indecisive. So to eliminate being indecisive, I got to the point where I would just make impulse decisions. I'm just gonna make an impulse decision and I'll just deal with it. However it goes, I'll just deal with it. Like, long story short, cool, I'll deal with it after the decision has been made, because I'll waver back and forth. My mind will play ping pong forever. And I just was like, But now that I'm older, I definitely chill on that. I'm not as jumpy when it comes to making decisions. So yes, let emotions subside and then decide. And this one right here is the Holy Grail, and it is the last one. I have saved the best for last, and not intentionally, but I love this quote. It says, waiting for perfect conditions is a strategy for missed opportunities and procrastination. Okay? Waiting for perfect conditions is a strategy for missed opportunities and procrastination. One more time for the people in the back that did not hear it. Write this down, put it on your screensaver, do whatever it is you gotta do. Waiting for perfect conditions is a strategy for missed opportunities and procrastination. Y'all, as a business coach, I get so many people that is like, oh, I'm waiting on this, I'm waiting on that, I'm waiting for it to be perfect, I'm a perfectionist. No, you're a procrastinator. That's what you are. Because you have to, no matter what it is that you're doing, you have to, you're gonna perfect your craft as time goes. You think football players say, I don't want to go to the NFL because I ain't ready? Hell no, they be like, shit. If I'm gonna get drafted, I'm gonna get drafted, and I'm gonna work out there with the GOATs, and I'm gonna get better. Like, what are you waiting on? Like, that's real. What are y'all waiting on? Start building your brand. Start building your website. Start building your business. There is no perfect time for anything. It is not a perfect time. And you waiting on a perfect time, like you said, it's going to be missed opportunities and it's procrastination. So stop doing that. You're going to be missing opportunities because you're waiting on the right time, and then before you know it, you're going to be 70 years old talking about you should have started something, or you should have did this, or you should have did that, because now you're still working for a job that you hate. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Just don't. Like, that, I really hate when, like, I talk to people and that's how they think. Like, I be like, what? Especially when you have somebody like me that's willing to help and teach you. You're not gonna fail. And if you do fail, it's gonna be because you decided to fail. But it's not gonna be like, jump off the, do what y'all gotta do. Just do what y'all gotta do. Like, I don't even, do what y'all gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do, sis. Like, what you waiting on? Really, like, what are you waiting on? Get it done. But that is the end of this video. And one more thing, if you like this shirt or this necklace that I am wearing, this necklace actually says Aquarius. Uh-oh, can you see it? But yeah, this necklace says Aquarius, and it has the Aquarius sign on it, or symbol on it. And then this shirt says Brains, Beauty, and Beauty. If you're interested in either one of these, you can slide on over to my website. The link is always in the description bar of every video that I post. So slide on over there. I know it's some shirts left. It's not that many left, I'm gonna be honest. These shirts is out the door. And yeah, get your shirt, get your necklace, get you something, honey. I am having a 50% off discount. Just use the code Super Bowl, and there you go. I hope you guys could take something from the tips that I gave you. Even if you just took one tip that made things a little clearer for you, or one tip is what motivated you, I tell you what, do this, okay? Drop down in the description bar which tip or quote you heard that really resonated with you, or that you really needed to hear. Like, Tesa, I needed to hear that one. Or Tesa, yes, I love this one. Like, I need to do this more often. I need to listen to this quote more often, or whatever. What quote really, really resonated with you guys? Talk to me about that, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Mwah.